Well, hello my friends, welcome to Gaming with Vindicator and happy Cities Skylines 2 Day, October 24th, 2023. This recording is literally the first time I'm loading up CS2. And I wanted to do a first look video with my honest, real-time reactions because I haven't seen any other creators do this yet. Yes, many other creators had early access to the game. There are many CS2 videos out there, I've watched half of them, but I wasn't part of that elite non-disclosure group, so let's explore the game together now for the first time. No notes, no scripts, just the purest form of gaming. So let's dive in. The first thing I'm going to want to do is maybe play with some settings, and already I'm seeing that it's a little slow, so I think I want to turn down the music. You know, we don't need all that noise. Everything else should be fine. Enable radio, well, for now we will. I might need to mess with my graphics settings. Give me a minute and I'll be back. Okay, we're back in business. I had to go down to 1920 pixels. Just, I might be able to go up a little bit later, but I want to make sure this runs smooth. So let's play with this menu. I'm not going to touch the graphics anymore. Gameplay, do you want, yes. Day-night visuals? Yeah, sure, why not? Start, pause, definitely. Tutorials? I think so. Interface? Yes, what is this? UI style. Bright blue, dark orange. Let's go default. That's fine. Fine. We'll let Chirper be for now. Just curious to see what he does. I think, you know, Celsius metric. Yeah, I'm Canadian. That makes sense. Audio is fine. Input. I won't mess with any of the keys yet. I might do some key bindings later, but I think otherwise we're good to go. Let's start a new game. Ah, the old map choosing screen. So I haven't pre-picked one, but I do have some criteria. I want a map that has a lot of water because I like ships and real potential for rail. So, okay, Archipelago is great. Now I'm fortunate because I do have some of the expansion packs because I bought the Ultimate Edition when I pre-ordered. So I'm gonna get all of the asset packs and the creator content packs when they come out over the next, I think it's 9 months or so. So I'm very fortunate, I appreciate that. Although I think maybe San Francisco is the only new map. I'll have to confirm that. But we do have our options here. So I'm liking Archipelago, that's cool. Barrier, a little too much land for me. No, this might work. A lot of water there, but it's not really water that's connected for ships, so I'm thinking no. This is sort of half-half. This kind of looks like actually where I live, near Toronto. River Delta might work. There's a lot of flat land, it looks like. Let's check this out. We have all our outside connections, which is cool. Does this one? Yeah, this has the same. This one, Archipelago, is a little warmer and wetter. Buildable area 42 versus 16. That's not. It's really limiting our play area. You know, this is a test build. I don't know if we're gonna go for the, you know, keep going this map. So let's not delay any further, and let's just pick River Delta. For a city name, you know what? I probably is gonna change again. So let's just do a little homage to my Michael's Fjord series, and pick something Nordic, European. Yeah, sure, I like that. Yes, natural disasters. I want to see what they look like. I don't want to unlock everything or have unlimited money. We'll go with tutorials. So let's rock and roll. Ah, welcome. Love it. Let's build. Camera controls. Probably this is a little basic for me. So, you know, okay, this might be a little basic, so we might turn this off. So. Okay, wonderful for new players to you know, city builder games, but I think I basically know the basics of road building, all zoning, electricity. I'm gonna try to turn this off. Okay, so I've disabled tutorials and we're just gonna play here. So looking at this, Oh yeah, it's beautiful. Even though my graphics settings I've turned down, it's quite lovely. I wonder if we can get rid of some of that fog. But hey, this is not a video about tweaking all my settings. So let's just get into it. What do we have here? We have access to our zoning, and so we could put in some low density residential. Yes, we're in the European theme. Roads. Okay, so they've given us sort of a starting section here. I don't know if I love that. You know, that's a huge service interchange. We might have to rejig that and rethink it. I don't love that it's curving in here, so I might just redo that a little bit. What do we have over here? This looks like another road going off into who knows where. I'm curious. Let's follow that, see what it's doing. And you can see it's pretty choppy. I might need to convince my wife to let me upgrade my computer. So we have another highway here, and we have the rail over here. What is this? Just some like little props. That's cool. And the music is pretty loud. I'm gonna see if I can turn that down. All right, I turned the in-game volume and the radio volume down. I'm also noticing that it looks a little dark. I wonder if I can. Do I have any options for changing the time of day or whatnot? How do we know what time? Oh, it's 8:05. Okay, so I wonder if I click down here. No, nothing happening. Locked. A lot of this is pretty much locked, so I guess we'll just live with it for now, unless I want to play with the settings. All right, so I've turned off fog and lowered a few other settings. I think that looks much better in my opinion, and it's also much faster, so this is great. All right, let's see what we're dealing with. We're at the mouth of this river here. Is that as far as I can scroll out? Okay, that's odd. I wonder if I can, like in City Skylines 1, get the overview. No, that's my demand. Okay, well we might have to wait. Yeah, we gotta wait till Tiny Village to open the map tiles. That's fine. Kind of get a sense of where we are. It's almost like a bay with islands, and we've got the highway running through, which is kind of annoying, but no, it might serve us well. And one thing I've learned from other creators is where's your wind moving, right? So where do we get the wind menu to see that? Okay, so I found the air pollution menu. Up top left here, there seems to be an info view, and the wind seems to be going, we'll call that northeast. So normally we want our industry to not be blowing smoke into our residential areas, so it might place the industrial actually on this side of the river, which will cost me a bridge, of course, but it might actually be worth it. So I might put a bridge across here, although I don't have that tile, do I? So that's a someday thing. In order to get started, I think we just might build the industry up on this tip here, and we can always move it. So we'll put our residential closer to the highway over here, maybe around the water, and yeah, I'm just gonna start drawing out a little bit of an organic grid. I kind of want to avoid gridding in general, but I also want to move this highway a little bit too. So let's start by making some road adjustments. So we have small roads, medium roads, just like the old game. Large highways, we don't have intersections and roundabouts, parking, and what's this here? Road services. Okay, so I want to put in a 4-lane road here. So I've really been curious about how these things snap. It seems really complicated. So I can snap to a whole bunch of different places. So inside versus outside. I don't understand. What's the difference? Let's just play, I guess, and we'll test it out. But how do I get that right in the middle? That doesn't even seem like the same road, does it? So what am I doing wrong here? Oh yeah, I gotta get over the big roads. Yeah, okay, and so I'm gonna try the roundabout tool. This is really something I never used in City Skylines 1. I think we had a roundabout tool, didn't we? I just never bothered. Oh, that's some weird black clipping effect there, so who knows, maybe a bug they're working out. And as far as the highway goes, I don't have my highways yet, so we're gonna have to try, do we have a one-way? 1-lane road, here's 2 lanes. I think we'll continue with the 2 lanes. We can obviously update that to a highway at some point. And I'm finding like okay, so thank you very much for Precision Roads Engineering Tools. That's awesome. I'm just finding it's a lot of information overlapping. Now I wonder, can I get rid of those wide sidewalks? Yeah, I guess we're just gonna have to go with what we got here. Okay, so that's a little tight. I might have to sort of, can I snap to from the side? Doesn't like that. So oddly enough, this road is wider, but we'll deal with it. All right, just sort of, I'm learning to walk here, right? I'm doing my best to figure this out. Now we need a curve in here. A curved road, define a start and bend and define the endpoint. Complex, don't need that. Continuous, let's try continuous and see how that goes. It's a learning curve, folks, but I think we got that. All right, it's a little bumpy and bendy, that's fine. All right, and I think that's going to function. Those roads are a little bit far apart from each other. No move it, obviously, so we'll just deal with that. It's so funny because I feel like, you know, I've been playing City Skylines for 3 years. I've been creating my own videos, 30 episodes in now, but I feel like a toddler learning to walk here. And I'm hoping I can figure out how to reverse direction on these roads here. So let me figure that out. So that's a mess, but I think it will function. I figured out how to reverse those by just replacing it. I think I saw somewhere you drag and pull, so that should function. And now we get ourselves a little bit more buildable land here. So okay, what I would love to do is also utilize this highway. I think it probably should be. They should be connected. I'm not sure why they're not. I can see that they're sort of inviting me to connect these highways, but I'm wondering if that's just going to create a whole ton of traffic. So maybe I won't mess with it just yet. We'll keep that in the back of our minds for a second. And yeah, the more I see this side of the river, the more I like that as an industrial zone with the train tracks there. But let's continue by building out a little bit of a grid here. Oh, so I was gonna put a ring road around here, but there's the edge of the map here, so that's annoying. But I can do as much as I can, and we can start, say, over here. And I love that they give us now this circular ring to tell us where the edge of the zoning will go. That was definitely absent in City Skylines 1. And I might actually just use a straight segment here and maybe use a series of straight segments. I also love that the zoning now is 6 squares deep instead of 4. That's a beautiful thing. Oh, that's beautiful. And yeah, it's actually quite intuitive. You know, I'm sure there are the nuances about where you snap on the left or the right or the, you know, whatever side of the road, but you don't need to worry about it. So they've kind of dumbed it down for me, which is great. And let's continue this road on the other side here. So one thing that's kind of annoying is all these black boxes. They're blocking my view, man. I can't see what I'm actually doing here. So if anyone knows how to turn that off or make those boxes transparent or something like that, that'd be helpful. I'm also having real challenge. Oh, okay, because it's a 4-lane road going into a 2-lane road. I would think you could be able to just make it go into the center, but I guess not. Well, we'll take what we can get here. It's not the most beautiful connection, but I suppose it will function. Then we can have a ring road going all the way around here and maybe connect this highway up into this roundabout at some point. But for now, okay, let's get some citizens in here. And I think this grid, is that fine or is it too big? 168 meters, so you know, I don't want to grid this out too much, so maybe I do a bit more organic zoning here. So it perplexes me a little bit that there's now an extra curved road tool. I'm not sure what that's supposed to do for us, but hey, I'm learning as I go here. All right, we have a bit more of a ring in here. So I think I saw somewhere that you can snap to 90 degrees, and it does, but it's not exactly perfect. It's, you know, you gotta be very aware of what you're doing lest you know, break that. So hey, I'm just learning, so we'll give the game a break. So that's interesting. I noticed the grid is kind of broken here, and this is a bit of a janky intersection too. So you know, I'm a perfectionist if you've ever watched my videos before, and so this stuff drives me nuts. I don't know why it would be giving us missing zoning and all this, you know, I'd like it square. I think maybe I have to like be very precise in the middle of the road and then come through here. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I still got some broken zoning. That might be a function of us actually tying into another road that wasn't square, so that's fine. That's fine. I'll leave it. And I have to applaud Colossal Order for allowing us to draw roads right through other roads and allowing them to connect in. Oh man, that is so much easier. I know I said I wouldn't grid this out too much, but you know, it is what it is. I've committed now, I can't change it. All right, why don't we start with that? So that's a place to put some residential, you know, maybe some commercial along this collector here. And let's work on some industrial. I wish I could get across the river already, but unfortunately we're only like maybe 20% through to our next milestone. And I don't even know if we'd be able to buy another tile after that. So that's fine, we can always move it. Okay, I want to think about one thing, and that's where we're going to put our bridge. So this highway, man, I don't know what to do with this. Is this tying into here? I suppose it probably should, which means then this might become the road to go across the water here. So yeah, let's just draw that line out and let's make it a big road. Maybe I'm doing something wrong, but I'm having trouble connecting to like the middle of this roundabout, which is, I think, odd. Yeah, it's kind of like coming off. Why would that be? Maybe because there's a 2-lane road on the other side? I'm just curious, what happens if I upgrade that? Oh, so it's actually moving where the circle of the roundabout is if I want to upgrade that. So, you know, we don't need to. We'll just leave it alone and keep going on this side. And crossing here, that's just about as good a place as any for a bridge. You know. And oh, I see, oh, we've got some crazy terrain challenges here. I guess I forgot to put on our contours, so let's look at that. That's pretty steep. And I wonder if that is acceptable or not. I know there's a grade tool built in, so 8.7. It's not 7.4. It's not terrible at its worst, but it's not great. But I think, you know, since it's bouncing up and down, I'm gonna redo it and do some grading. So I'm finding the landscaping tools here. First time I'm playing with this. What do we have? Shift terrain, lower or elevate, level, soften, and slope. So just exactly the same as in the previous game. What do we have here? Vegetation and paths. Okay, cool. So I'm going to, luckily it's given me, I cut all the trees down, so it showed me where this should go. So same thing, you know, we're gonna right click and then, right click and then left click up top here, smooth it all the way down, try to have a steady hand here, not break too much of the terrain. So that's interesting. I've put a real teeth marks in there, and I guess I can soften that after, but let's get the road in. I noticed what's interesting to me is like I'm shifting it a little bit and it's still saying 90 degrees. Now obviously that's not true. Can't be 90 degrees precisely. Did we maintain? Okay, so we maintained our 90 degree zoning, which is cool. I'm just gonna have to, oh, and I didn't quite connect into here. That's odd, but thankfully fixing that is super simple. It doesn't want me to, why? Yeah, so I'm already finding something I'd prefer, which would be that this snapping to the 90 would be a little bit more forceful. I want it to force me to, a little bit more to get a 90, because I don't want to have to go back and fix broken grids. And now we can hear the radio station playing here. I haven't seen Chirper talk to me yet. Chirper's saying nothing right now, so that's cool. And let's see if we can just upgrade this road while I'm looking at it. Okay, now we've given ourselves a bit of a collector up to a potential industrial area. And why don't we zone in some roads here? I'm just wondering if we got industrial roads. It's a question I haven't seen answered yet. No, it doesn't look like it, so cool. I guess that'll be in a DLC or something like that. So again, loving the precision engineering tools, but man, it blocks my sight lines to almost everything. And ooh, we're seeing that's a significant grade, so we might need to smooth that out with our landscaping tools. That looks pretty effective, although I think the slope might still be a little ludicrous. Let's see what it gives us. 5.7, totally fine. And let's see, how long do we want this grid here? And I was curious what it would do to the tips of the ends of those roads, and it did exactly the same thing as in City Skylines 1. So that's cool. That's cool, man. Another thing I was hoping it would do would be snap to, you know, in City Skylines 1 there would be a node here where the straight section becomes not straight, but I guess we're just eyeballing it, which is fine. By the way, I'm digging the music. It's bringing me back to old school SimCity days. I played the original SimCity in, I think it was like grade 10 computer class. We had a class where you went to learn how to use computers back in the late 90s or the mid 90s. And SimCity was the best part of that class, hands down. And hence why I'm kind of addicted today to City Skylines. Enough chatter, let's get some zoning in here. But what do we need before zoning? We need power and water. So we all know that there's two options for power. We can import, or we can build a plant. So let's see what our options are for building our own plant. Electrical cable, okay. Power lines, transformer station, wind. What does our wind look like? We get a wind menu here? Yes, we do. I'm not sure how to read it though. Okay, here we go. Wind speed. All right, so we're looking for a dark, like burnt umber color, I guess, which is not going to be inside of our buildable area. So wind is out. What about this? Small coal power plant. 100 grand, which would be a fifth of our remaining budget, and it's going to cost us 70,000 a month. I don't think we have the budget yet. I'm just a little bit concerned, me being a toddler here in the game. I don't want to be spending a ton of money before I know what I'm doing. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to import. So I think the way you do that is you put a transformer station. So we'll plop that there, connect it up, and now we should be importing power from our lovely neighbors. And this road, yes, this is not a highway, so it will transfer power. We need water. Let's check this out. So pipes, obviously, we have the water pumping station, 25,000 and 10,000 a month. 30,000 a month more expensive by about, well, the upkeep is 3x, so we probably don't need that. And what, it does less water output. Okay, so I think this is the one you can put anywhere, which is why they penalize you on the output and the cost. We don't want the water tower. Groundwater, let's see, where's, oh, ha, isn't that terrible? We put our industrial right on the groundwater. That was something I probably should have checked before I did what I just did, but that's okay. We have another aquifer. Aquifers are abound, don't they? And then sewage outlets. So let's see, it's down to groundwater, 75,000 output, 20,000 a month, 10,000 a month. Yeah, you know, that's a cheaper option and much more water. So, okay, we're going water pumping station. It's actually cheaper on all fronts, so let's do it. And let's find out, where is our water flowing, which direction. I'm not actually seeing anything on that. Do I need to enable another? Huh, that's strange. Maybe it's not flowing. Maybe I need to unpause it. So, I mean, just given the way that the river is flowing into the bay here, I would think that water flow is going from top to bottom of the map. So why don't we get in our water pump up here. We need to connect that with water pipes. Very good. Does that thing need power? Does it need a road? It needs a road. Oh, interesting. That's cool. We'll give it a road. I'm overcomplicating it. Just put the road there. Okay. And it's giving me that pipe symbol, so maybe I didn't get it perfectly. Yeah, I went. Did I? Huh. Well, it should be okay. How do I go underground? Here we go. I might be doing something wrong because I can't seem to snap to that water pipe. That's odd. So as long as I put it on the road, now it's connecting, but I can't connect it manually. So it feels like a bug to me. All right, now we need our sewage, and what better place to dump raw sewage than in this pristine, beautiful bay. So we'll get it out of the way as much as possible, and of course, we'll try to eliminate this thing as soon as we can. I'm assuming that's probably gonna need a road too, so let's see what symbols it's giving me. No, maybe not. Let's just connect the pipe. That snapped immediately, so that's better. All right, so we have power and water and sewage. It's giving me this green dot here. I'm wondering what it wants me to look at. Oh, just things I haven't seen. So, okay, we got our trees, check. We got our pathways. Ooh, nice bridges, cool. Very nice. And then there's only one thing left to do, people. It's get some zoning in here. So I think I'm gonna use the marquee tool, which is my favorite. I gotta remember, it's 6 squares out. So we'll leave the 6 on the road for commercial. Now, if I want to get the zoning off Foggy Street here, I think, how do we do that, guys? I don't know. I think it's a fence, so let's find a fence. I don't think I have fences, actually, so we'll try pathways. And how do I not snap to this road here? Okay, we'll live with that. And I'll get better at my tools as I go. And we'll fill in this last block here. And what are we missing? I think we're good to run it. We'll just do a little bit of commercial. Okay, my friends, what else do we need to do but let her rip? So we'll go on the slowest speed and see what happens. Hey, people moving in. Awesome. Now the radio is distracting, isn't it? I have no idea what it's trying to tell me. But here we are. Let's speed this up and see the city go. And we're almost to our next milestone. Ooh, hey, they're hiring. Awesome. Things are moving. So let's zoom right on in here and see what people are doing. I mean, obviously they're building their homes. We have very low demand because I think I zoned so much to start with. It seems to me to be going really slow. Am I the only one? We'll let that zone in and we'll try to see some people. I'm curious how the cars look. Pretty darn cool. Yeah, those are great. And you notice it's a little choppy. I'm getting 13 frames a second. It's definitely time to upgrade my machine. So, you know, Christmas is coming. We'll see what I can do. So I find it interesting that, and this is something talked about by many other creators, the insatiable low density residential demand. Yeah, we're definitely seeing that here. You know, I've zoned in all this space and it's still building in, but there's much more bouncing back here. So it looks like we're gonna have to zone a little bit more space here. There we are, the first milestone of many. 600K, yahoo! And then 1 development point and 3 tiles. Sweet deal. Okay, I love that. I can now cross the river and put my industrial stuff over there. Let's take a look at actually what's in there. So I got a mansion. All right, yeah, cool. I wonder what that actually does, or if it's just for show. Map tiles, city budget. Ooh, lots to play with. Statistics, medium density housing. I've got more roads, which is helpful. The arched bridge, which I think we're going to use fast. Healthcare and death care, garbage management. Okay, so they're going to be screaming for these things very soon. Medical clinic, cemetery, landfill. And landfill lot tools. So that's great. And the next one we need is how many XP? Where do I see the XP? Oh, there we go, 2,500. Okay, so got a bit of a ways to go. Achievements? Have I not done that? I guess maybe I need to actually produce my own electricity, so that's fine. Okay, let's mess around a little bit. So as this zones in, I want to see what did they give us here. What info views do we have? We need to get some data. So let's look at the economy. We're losing money, no surprise there, it's early game. Taxes, fines, service fees. This is probably water coming in. We're not selling anything and the government's paying us because we're so poor. Subsidies, service upkeep. Wow, $38,000 per month that we're paying to service what? The water, I guess? The water and roads? And then we're paying $8,000 for our electricity. I wonder, is it worth building that coal power plant? What was the upkeep here? $70,000 a month. Okay, so we're not at the point where I think we want to be putting in our own power plant until the service trade exceeds $70,000, and then we're not messing with loans. Yeah, we'll just take a peek here, but nothing we want to do with that right now. We got statistics as well. So what is it telling us? All right, money is, huh. Is it just me or is this working backwards in time? Are we going from right to left? That's weird. Okay. Budget, fine. Population, we're at 106 people and rapidly growing, 89 per hour. Okay, good. Happiness, we are, ooh, what's the difference? Health and well-being, okay. So we're at 60 well-being and we're at 50 health. Not great, okay. So we know there's lots to do. We're just starting out. What do we want to do? Let's see what is the message here saying. Electricity production, okay, we're importing, we know that. What is Chirper saying? It's hot for sure, free time, warm weather. Oh, I want a home. Okay, so they're still screaming for, oh, now it's, medium density, great. So we got to think about where do we want to put a little bit of density, and probably somewhere near the confluence of these two, I guess you'd call these collectors, but not right where the commercial is. So we have some commercial demand, let's put that in. And why don't we put some medium density in for residential. Go right along this collector here. We'll see how quickly does that demolish our demand. Oh, I did the wrong one. So pausing. I don't want those buildings to already spawn in here. My bad. Okay, so those buildings should take off, eh? And then, what is that actually saying? What is that? Condemned. Oh yeah, okay. It's gonna be demolished by itself. Good. All right, and how do these houses look? Yes, I've had to put my graphic settings down, which is, you know, a little bit disappointing, but that's okay, we're dealing. 6 FPS, great. Houses look cool, yeah, I like it. Cars, very detailed. Oh, look at that little hot rod there, that's cool. And people, who's this man? Slash they, them.
Huh?
Adele Oaks, all right. And she's neutral. Why is she neutral? Has her basic needs met? Oh, now she's content. Improving their well-being and health will improve their work efficiency. Okay, so you know what? I'm curious. Let's try the follow option. Now we're following this citizen. She's idling. Okay, I don't know what. She's missing some information here. All right, so not enough well-being and probably not enough happiness. It's moving really slow again. I wonder if that's a function of my CPU or something else. A little bit of industrial demand, so let's pop up here and throw some more of it. I wonder, do I want to just bounce across the water? Got plenty of money, but we're still losing money. It's not much though. We've almost balanced that budget. Let's check out how you buy a tile. Here we go. Ooh la la, beautiful. And we can zoom right out, see our whole region. Lots of opportunity. I wonder if, I assume we have ferries in the game. If I could run a ferry line all the way up and down this river, that'd be fun. But yeah, let's move the industrial zone ASAP across. And I think I'm gonna have to buy 2 tiles because this road's gonna sort of bisect both. So those 2 for now. Purchase, check, and I got something here. This is my happiness. Unreliable healthcare coverage. Okay, so we'll get to that. But let's put this bridge in here. Put our 4-lane. Do we want a different one? Divided, asymmetric, one-way. Ooh, 5-lane one-way. That's pretty sick. And then arch bridge. 8,000 per kilometer. So how does this work? Do I just build it? Oh no, this has to be upgrade. Oh no, straight road. Is that a 4-lane road? It is. What is it telling me? Elevation's too low. Distance too short. Huh. I have to raise that up then? Okay, so what do we have for height? We have about 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 meters. I think that should be plenty, right? Let's do this. Still getting used to the controls here. Let's go to our landscaping tools. Level the terrain. I'm gonna try to level out a pad here, just gently. And we'll do, whoa, hello, why is it doing that? So I'm right-clicking.
The leader of the City Services Division is with us in the studio
Okay,
today
now,
to talk
you're not
about
gonna...
why they're contracting
Okay, I
with
swear I wasn't holding the button down. In the water. Okay, well, it is a bridge, folks, so why are you telling me that's a problem? This radio is killing me. I love it. It's hilarious. I admit that I'm struggling with this. I have no idea why it's telling me in water. I mean, it is a bridge, after all. Should it not be okay with a pillar in the water? Let's try just the regular road here. Why? I don't get it. Well, the struggle is real today. I don't know why it's giving me such a hard time just building a simple bridge. I wonder if maybe I'm too low, I had to get higher, but that seems really, really high, and I just simply don't like it. Okay, so night has taken over, and you can see it's pretty dark and impossible to build outside of the city. So how does it look at night? It's not bad at all. Again, very choppy, so I'm gonna have to look at my graphics settings. I do love, oh wow, that looks pretty great. I like it. But you know what? I think we're gonna turn the nighttime off because it's just a little hard to build. All right, so I've turned nighttime off, and I've also lowered my graphics settings just a little bit in hopes of getting a few more FPS. And what do we have here? Waiting for a hearse. That seems like a serious thing, so we'll get a cemetery in momentarily, but first I want to figure out how I can actually get this road to work. I'm still learning the tools, folks. I would have thought I could cross the road here, but it's not allowing me to, so I have to come at a little bit of an angle and then try to connect in there. All right, so we're giving ourselves a little bit of a shape for industrial area. Now, this is really on a bit of elevation, which is not ideal, but I think we can make it work. We'll just get some roads to come off in different directions here. The elevation is a little bit steep here, but I don't think it's insurmountable, so we'll get some more zoning in here. We'll see how they do on that side of the river. Commercial, they're screaming for commercial over here, so where do we want to put that? Let's take a look. I think we might just build another little neighborhood on this side. So over here we've got water and sewer issues, and I'm curious about why, because this should be connected. Water availability is high, sewage is fine. What is, okay, I wonder, oh, the bridge is not actually transmitting any water or sewage. So I wonder if can I just draw these together. Hey, here we go. Small village. So another 700K, 2 development points, and 4 more tiles, which is great. And you know, more loans, which I won't use. Taxation. Ah, we can tax people now. Medium density housing. Did we not get that? I thought we just had that. Education, research, elementary and high school. Brilliant. We're getting more options. And I just noticed that we have an actual combined water and sewer pipe, so we'll use that one. And I'm really confused about the design choice of not allowing bridges to transmit power and water. So anyway, it is what it is. It seems like it's transmitting power. Let's just double check that. It is, so call me confused. Let's give them some more industrial here, and let's smooth this out a little bit. So that clearly is awful and can't stand. I'm curious, what did it do here? Give us a little bridging effect. Wow, that's so. Here we are finding some limitations, which I suppose means I need to be more careful. Not sure if that's better or worse, but we'll see. We'll see what we can do here. Maybe pull this side out a little bit so they've got. Wow, that is a significant drop off, isn't it? Might not have been the smartest thing I've ever done to build on this side with such high elevation, and that road's kind of steep as well. But well, we've committed now. Let's do it. All right. Oh, let's check out these trains. I just absolutely love the trains, and they look Oh, that's spectacular. This is what I would say low resolution graphics that I'm running right now, but wow, is that cool. Oh man, I just love the trains, and they're gonna feature prominently in whatever series I get going here. Okay, what do we actually want to do next? We've got the ability to meet demand, but we need some services. We've got a need for hearses, we've got a need for ambulance, we've got a need for, ooh, there's high rent, meaning not enough zoning. So I think let's deal with some of the death care issues first. So I think that's probably going to be in healthcare and death care, obviously. What do we have? We have a clinic, hospital, disease control, health research. For death care, we've got a cemetery. So, and I know this is massive, right? So we're going to want to find a nice flat spot. Is there a contour tool besides having to go into the road panel? If you know, please let me know. Turns out this is very hilly, this map, which I didn't know. Didn't know when I started. That's cool though, we're experimenting. And I don't know, I mean, to me it makes sense you put a cemetery on the hill, right? You don't want to bury somebody in a valley or something. Somewhere with respect. So can I see these lines? The trees are really covering this up, but there's a hill here, obviously. And this might be a logical spot for a cemetery. So let's smooth out a pad here. And I'm just completely manhandling this terrain here, which is fine. We're just learning, but I'm gonna use that excuse for weeks. I'm just learning here. Okay, let's get another. I'd say we take. Yeah, no, we're just gonna put the cemetery in right here. How does that look? Let's take a peek. Oops, I'm trigger happy on the escape button. Okay, wow, that is detailed. That is beautiful. That's a full cemetery. That looks like there's no room left, but it's gonna make our citizens happy. We probably want a road to go through here, so that this is not the only one. At some point, I won't do that right now. How's our traffic? Can I push T for traffic? No, that's tilt. Okay. So where's the other tilt button? T and G. Oh, okay. That's not what I had with the old City Skylines, but we'll fix that. So we've taken care of our hearses issue. Medical clinic doesn't exist. How's our budget? We're definitely banking the cash, but losing money. So I think that's okay though. We do want to make sure we have the services that people need to actually thrive and move into the city. So medical clinic. We wouldn't mind having that kind of central, and I believe that some of these buildings have upgradable components to them, so I don't want to stymie myself on that. Let's see, will it tell me what upgrades I have? There's a ambulance bay, which will go inside the existing footprint, and then extension wing on the side, so we definitely will have plenty of space. Don't need any of that yet, we're still a small town. Upkeep is 40K a month. I'm noticing something odd, which, you know, we're talking about upkeep in 40K per month, and then we have $16.98 an hour. So how do you do the conversion? I'm not sure. A little bit confusing, I'm finding, but that's okay. Still loving the game. What else do we want to put in here? Let's see what Chirper's saying. In fact, let's skip Chirper and see what the statistics are saying. Education. It's gonna be 0, right? We are gaining educated citizens, but that's certainly because they're moving in. That's not because we're educating them at all. Do we see a percentage of citizens that are educated? I don't actually see that. So, not terribly helpful. What else do we want to look at? Jobs. Yeah, growing for sure. Happiness. We're at very low health, 55. That will change because of the clinic. And we're looking at a well-being of upwards of 80. That's not too bad. Out of 100, I assume. What is Chirper telling us? And by the way, I think I get it with the radio station. Let's turn that off. Chirper, good rain, electricity production, importing, improved homes, healthcare. Yeah, we should have fixed that. You're welcome. The city is noisy. Okay, so what do we do about that? I don't actually know. Education. Yeah, not a bad idea to educate our citizens, but we are still losing money, and I'm just a little bit worried about putting in too much cost centers and not enough revenue. So I'm gonna take, let's say we have garbage, which they're not really complaining about, are they? What does this say? High rent. This is already being taken care of with the cemetery. I think we're seeing a lot of high rent, so let's take care of some of this low density demand, and let's find out where we want to put some of this stuff. Okay, before I do anything else, I want to make a space for this highway. I want to make sure that we come in here and we tie into this junction here. We're gonna leave some space around here for a bigger roundabout, or even some type of highway interchange. But I think we're gonna come across the hill here, over this road, and swoop and turn in. So I don't have highways yet. Do I want to upgrade? So let's take a look at our progression panel. And I don't know, is this what I want? The development tree, great. So to get to highways, I'd need 2 points plus 1. So do I want advanced road services? Not sure that I do. We have 3 points. That would wipe us entirely out. Is there anything else I want right now? Power? No. Water? No. Healthcare? Crematorium, not right now, eventually. Incinerator and recycling, that's 2. We'll go with the landfill to start, and then we have education. So not yet. I think we might just save those development points until we know what direction we want our city to evolve in, and I'm going to actually just use a basic road to tie in there. So what does this highway look like? It's a 2-lane. So this is actually, is that even a highway? I think that might be the same. No, it's not. Must be a highway, right? Can't click on it to tell me what it is. But we'll just use a regular highway a regular road to save a space for it, and we'll upgrade it later. But before we do that, I want to make sure we're terraformed, and we'll go with these tools. I'm not sure how many meters above a road we need to get the bridge effect. I'm assuming it's the same as City Skylines, which is 9 meters, but not sure. Let's test it out now, and we'll go 9 meters above this. So I'm gonna I'm gonna stick tight here. So I'll count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 meters. Right clicking, and where was I? Here. So I'm gonna level this pad on both sides. Let's experiment with the bridging effect. Yeah, so it seems to be fine. Question is, how close do we want to come? I think I might save this corridor for a bigger highway, and in which case, maybe we go here. How does that bridge look? It looks acceptable, so we'll leave that. And then we're gonna slope some terrain until we can get connected into that. And I'm just gonna even back this off. Ooh, we got another achievement. What was that? 6 figures. I'm not sure what that means. We just crossed the 1,000 person milestone, and let's get this highway in so we can keep building our zoning. So I'm gonna right click here, left click up here. Now I'm gonna do something similar. I'm going to actually just make a pad. Right click, and then just pull some space out here. Go back to my slope terrain. Right click, start from here. Just do a nice sweeping curve down to that pad we made. Okay, hopefully that is good enough. So I'm looking for that 180 degree, and then I'm looking for the guideline. And just like in City Skylines 1, the guidelines are a little bit hard to get at a distance, but when you start by pulling it toward the edge of the existing road and then move away, it does sometimes give it to you, so that's cool. And let's come out straight a little bit here, and we'll even give it a little bit of a straight segment off of the roundabout. I'm way too far up here. What am I doing? And now we have a highway, air quotes, that connects to the other highway, and we're crossing this collector and connecting up here. So I'm wondering, is that going to give us a ton of traffic with people cutting through? it's possible. I'm not too worried about it. We're just playing the game. What are they complaining about here? It's hearses again. So I'm sure that we have a cemetery because I just built it. That's how I know this. What is it actually saying to me? It's 103% efficiency. It's full employees. Vehicles in use are only 2. So let's find out, where are those guys? Ah, there we go. Click on that. Okay, so he's probably going to one of those calls, and there's 3 out, so they're gonna take care of everything. I'm not worried about it. We'll close it up. The other thing is the high rent, so we do have to start zoning in some more of this. Is that straight? I'm not convinced it is. It seems to me to be off-centered a little bit, and I'm not sure why. I thought I had clicked on the middle. Smooth and straight. Good. You know, while we're doing roads, let's go into our tiles here. And I'd love to finish up this ring road here. And I think we're going to need both of these tiles, which is cool. And that'll cost us 13 grand. It seems like a steal to me for that amount of land. Getting my progressions here as well. And click out of this. Let's finish up this ring road. You know, I'm just noticing that is a roller coaster, so I can't let that go. We're going to just do that over a bit. So right clicking here. In fact, let's check this edge of the road stub here too. That one seems fine. It's sort of nicely, gently sloped. But I'm gonna right click on this pad and I'm gonna go right up here. I don't think that worked, do you? Am I using the right tool? Slope terrain, yes. Okay, so not a good thing, guys. What happened? That also doesn't seem too legit to me, so we're gonna fix this up a bit. I think maybe the soften terrain tool would help us heal this ugly scar in the land here. Yeah, that's working really well. I like that, even though it's still leaving us with this big bump, we'll call it. But I think we're gonna be fine. So we'll just generally smooth things out, fix my mistakes here, really carving up the mountainsides, and I feel pretty good about it. Not gonna lie. Whoops, I graded that into the wrong road, so let's fix that. Okay, we have a little bit of a ring road, and we have a lot more space to put some zoning. So I'm seeing that you know, this is taking shape. I love it. So we're seeing that there's a lot of commercial here, a little bit of high density or medium density residential over here. This sort of feels like a quasi downtown. It won't be the ultimate downtown, but it is sort of like a center of town. So I don't want to put any low density too close to there, but we only have low density demand right now. So I'm thinking we might leverage some of the beautiful waterfront vistas here. Maybe give people along this road some housing. So I've softened that as much as I think that I can. And it's still pretty hilly, but I don't see that that's a major problem. I mean, people live in hilly places all around the world, so of course I'm making excuses, but we're gonna see what we can do anyway about just building some residential, low density residential in here. Okay, so that is a very steep road, admittedly, and I'm seeing for the first time this cut and fill effect, which, ooh, I really like that. What I don't like, however, is the steepness of this road, so we'll have to back it off. Better, but needs some softening. I'm starting to love the softening tool, and I love that we don't have to pay for this, right? That's a new thing. Softening tool all day long, loving it. And I think what makes most sense for a road structure is coming across as many of these contours as I can and not trying to go up and down the hill so much. I'll show you what I mean. Oh, nice. We just got another signature building. Vertigo Square. Citizens will be dizzy with excitement living here. We're going to check those out in a minute. I want to see what they actually look like and if there have any effects to them. Is that too steep as well? I think we can live with that one. That's fine. And we're putting all of these roads ending on the collector road, the ring road. And we've given ourselves just a bit more space to build some residential. However, I think I want maybe one more road that runs along the coast, or is that too steep? Boy, I wish I had a hotkey for the terrain heights. I think it's probably going to be a little too steep to try to get another road in there. So what I'm going to do is try to flatten some of the terrain along that ring road. And it's not it's not impossible to put zoning on a collector. I see it all the time. See, maybe we can put one of these signature buildings on in our new zoning. So +2 well-being within 500 meters. It's going to give us a circle to tell us how far that is. I guess not. I'm not seeing it. So that's fine. We'll just try to plop it somewhere that makes sense. Where would a famous rock star live? Probably, off the beaten track somewhere, but I want this to give us the full effect. So yeah, how's that look? Whoa, we're bouncing around. That is going to be quite a view for this rock star. It doesn't look like a rock star's house to me. It looks like more like a second home. Yeah, it's a ranch. Look at the horse. It's a ranch house. Very cool. A little escape. And escape to Lillehammer. Why not? Let's get some low density in here. All right, we've gone wild with the zoning. I'm not sure it was a good idea for me to put anything on this side of the road because of the drop off there. But let's check to see what happens. And funny enough, I don't see anything zoning in. And let's see what are the masses saying to us. Electricity, sure. Improving homes, that's a good sign. Healthcare, I'm appalled at how it's run. Did we not put a healthcare thing in here? Do we want to? I can't open this up. Good luxury items, cool, noisy. All right, how do I tackle the noise? I'm not sure. Plenty of jobs, beautiful. Oh, it bounces back to the top. That's annoying. I really wish education was organized better. That's because we have no schools, my friend. We need a school. And I think we're gonna do something about that right now. So let's find a spot for our school. I think this thing is fairly large. We're gonna go obviously elementary to start. What about right in here? Could we ditch this and flatten it out a little bit and maybe rethink this? Would we dig up an entire mountain just to put in a school? Maybe not. That might not be the most efficient use of our money, but that's totally fine for now. Let's try to center it on this road. I guess I can't really center it perfectly because of the grid. So what are my options? Snapping to toggle it off. Okay, I gotta. Ooh, now that's a little too much control for my liking. What does this say? Sides of a road. Yeah, so again, we're not snapping to anything. I think we're best off just snapping on here. It'll be not exactly perfectly centered. Hey, look at that. Milestone 3, large village. You got another bunch of money, development points, and tons of tiles. We're opening up, farming, mining, fire and rescue, police. Very good. And service budgets. I guess we can adjust our budgets. You know what, let's finish up with our school and then let's look at some budgeting. So what is going on here? We've got 25,000 a month. What's that doing to our budget? We're definitely losing money again, but that's fine. Looking fine. Students are flooding in here. Too early to tell what we can turn it off. Too early to tell how it might be serving the community, but that's just fine. We'll let it run. And I can't look at this steep hill. We're gonna have to smooth that out. Okay, we said we're gonna look at our budget, and I intend to do that. So where are we here? Economy. We still have a deficit, which is unfortunate. I think part of this is we can update our taxes. We're losing 42,000 by importing electricity, but we know that the coal plant is 70,000. Upkeeps here on services, wow, that's a lot. That's definitely a lot. We're not selling anything. Service fees, fine, can't do anything about that. But taxes we can raise. So I'm gonna see what happens if we move it up to 12. In fact, let's look at our happiness first. Spacious homes are happy. Wealth is great. Healthcare is still proving to be a problem. Lots of leisure time and good education. So they're not complaining about. Can I move in here? No, it doesn't let me do that. Let's bump the taxes to 12, a good old City Skylines one trick. If they start complaining, they'll make themselves heard. Okay, let's see what that does to our budget. And how quickly are we going to see a shift in taxes? Oh, see, we've just about balanced our budget. That's awesome. And is anyone complaining yet? High taxes -1. We can live with that. People are happy. What can we do about that healthcare coverage? I don't know. Let's take a look over here and see what's happening. We have hardly any patients. I don't know what we'd be storing. What are we storing? Resources. Oh, pharmaceuticals. Nice. That's another little added to bonus. Vehicles in use is 0. So why do we have healthcare issues? I don't know. Is there a health overlay? Let's see. There it is. So health is still only around 60. I was hoping to see like, you know, kind of like a traffic view where you see what pockets are red. In order to help, okay, it's 76% efficiency. Buildings, not enough employees. Aha, so we need more housing potentially. Although, I swear, did I not zone this? I did zone this. Oh, might have zoned in medium density. Isn't that funny? To me, they look very similar. Okay. Okay, so we figured that one out. We just didn't have the right zoning in there. And we're really in need of some other zoning, so you know, time marches on. We gotta keep up with the pace of progress here. So let's get some more commercial in here. And we're getting XP like crazy, which is wonderful. Moving along. This railway's, you know, kind of in the way, but such is life. I think if we just pull this road out, it shouldn't be too steep. We got a 1% grade, which is fine. And we'll come all the way to the edge of the map. Oh, that's now an 8.7, so we don't want to drop off that far. We'll come around here. I'm putting these at a little bit of an angle so we don't get such a steep grade. All right, let's get some industrial. So we have a nice little town shaping up here, but there's a problem. What do we have? Oh no, we have a fire and we have no fire station. We better fix that ASAP. So firehouse, pause, and where might a good spot for that be? You know, kind of in the central area, sure. What is central? At this intersection ish. I wonder, is this another building that requires some expansions? And yeah, so upgrades are another 4 fire engines. Will this go on top? Yeah, it'll go in this existing footprint, so we're not worried about that. Let's let the fire station do its thing. And while we're over here, anyone complaining about crime? I don't think so. High rent, fire. We'll run the game again. And we're back at needing some more commercial. So let's fill out a commercial space here. So we've got high rents again, and I don't know why that might be. We don't have a ton of demand. I wonder if they're going to tell us. High rent. What does it say here? They're having trouble paying the rent. Higher zone density or different zoning might be needed. Yeah, guys, but there's only a little bit of demand here. You know, I wonder, the one thing we did not put in is our new medium density zoning. This is the row housing, and I'm seeing that, you know, it's not actually all on the same road. So I'm just going to quickly fix that, and then we'll put in some apartment blocks. So this is me being impatient. I want these guys to get off of the wrong road and all show up on the right road. And you know, of course, the solution that I've seen from other creators is simply, you know, don't zone that last line of housing there. And am I on the right one? Yes, row houses. And just wait for those buildings to start building, and then you can put the last one in, and they'll all go on the right or the proper road. And it'll look pretty cool, right? This whole road is going to be a bunch of row houses, which, you know, you see this all over East North America. I don't know about the EU, but I think we are actually putting in EU style buildings. I wouldn't mind trying out the other pack, the North American, but we'll get to that. What I want to do is come in here with small apartment buildings. I don't know about you, but I'm finding it a little bit confusing with the legend here. It seems to be a little bit blue to me. I don't know why it would be blue. What is that telling me? Ground pollution low. Okay, so well, I don't actually need that. So let's, that's way better. Residential suitability for sure. Okay, now I can actually see. That's great. So what I will do is we're going to upgrade a couple of blocks with higher density apartment buildings. Oh, there it goes. It's taken off. And we need a little bit more industrial. So come up to our industrial zone. These are still building? Why are they still taking so long to build? That seems odd to me. But c'est la vie, I think I just had it on the lowest speed. And I wonder if maybe my processor is not running the game at the intended speed. We'll see. Am I making some interesting design choices? Well, yes, thank you for noticing. I'm not too particular about making this look beautiful yet, since, you know, we're really just having fun today. You know, I've taken the day off work. Funny story, I got up at just after 6 a.m. and I came right downstairs and I preloaded the game, and I was ready to play. I got my coffee ready and everything, and then I was like, oh, Steam's not letting me install it. So, like, okay, I googled this, and apparently it turns out that the game wasn't going to release until noon Eastern time, so I had to wait until lunchtime, which is fine. Took my wife out for a nice hike, and we had a good time. But it just meant I had to wait a little bit longer for the good stuff. Now this is a new icon I've never seen before. Lack of high skilled labor. So I'm guessing we're probably going to start needing some high school educated people. Can we expand this, employees? No. It requires timber and furniture. It's not telling me what level of education is needed. I thought there was another transportation. I wonder, let's look at our education. We have employment, education, okay, we can only do one at a time, so I'm not finding that terribly helpful, but I think we can deduce that there's a lack of high school educated people. Oh, look what I did. Unintentionally, I put row housing all along the end here. That was silly of me. Did not mean to do that. We might have to come through and fix that. In fact, I'm just gonna create a bunch of chaos and do that. So that will definitely spike the demand for our medium density residential, and so I'm gonna preempt that and get some more in. And I think what we'll do is we'll just put row housing all along the collector here, and we'll put some more apartment blocks in various places. Now I can't really tell which is low density and which is high density. Something is amiss. Can we expand this? No. Building color, I'm not sure what if that really helps me or not. I want to see the difference between high density and low density residential, and my eyes are not seeing a big difference. So perhaps that's something that they'll fix at some point. Okay, what's next? I think we're going to want to address some of that high school issue stuff. And first of all, let's take a look at these buildings. My gosh, those are beautiful. It is a little dark. It is a little rainy. But hey, the weather adds something to the game. I never played with it on in City Skylines 1 because it just got in the way. But I like that we're exploring the game. We're seeing all the functionality. And these apartment buildings look really, really cool. Let's zoom in all the way. Again, this is low res, folks. So, you know, I think it looks pretty great for low res. Once I have a new machine, it will look even better. Okay, no more distractions. We're putting in a high school. And you know what? We've sort of exhausted the usable, buildable area for our this side of the highway. Where we're gonna go next? Why don't we start building a little bit to this direction? And you can see that's really uphill. So I mean, it's maybe not that steep, but let's see what it tells us about the grade. 7%. 7.1. Oh, we had 2.1. Let's see if it helps at all if we level that terrain out a bit and smooth it. 6.9. So you know we're better by 0.2. Oh, how did that bounce from 6 to -2? -2? Okay, yeah, I'll take it. It's really touchy. Okay, Corundum Condos. Modern classic. All right, cool. And we know this is going to be our highway, so we can start building the grid off of that direction. You know, just to preempt some running out of space things, I think we might just buy a couple tiles. Let's see how many we have left here. 8. So that's plenty. So why don't we buy 3 tiles on this side? And we still have tons of money. We're almost at a balanced budget situation. Is anyone complaining about taxes? Not really. We could probably raise it. Ooh, crime is high. Okay, so before I do anything else, let's address that. We'll put in our police station. All right, we'll demolish something and put it down here. What are our upgrades? We have an extra garage. Okay. Another 6 cars and more money. So that's fine. Oh, we're making money now, just barely. And what do people say about crime now? It's high, but these cars are off, and where are they going? Let's see. Is he patrolling? Yes, patrolling rather than picking up criminals. Okay, we'll let him do his job. And what's this complaint here? Another hearse, but I think we're probably fine. Now I noticed I rezoned. Got HE escape finger. I noticed I rezoned this to low density, but they haven't gone away. So I wonder if I have to manually remove them. Back to building on this side. All right, we're gonna work with the terrain, and let's find a spot for our high school. And I'm trying to look for a relatively flat spot. That could be up here. This looks pretty good to me. So let's just give ourselves a bit of a space. Hey, look at that. We're a grand village, and we've got a bunch of new rewards. And what else did we get? District creation tool. Okay, production panel. Yeah, we're gonna get to production, I think, in the next episode, because this is running into a little bit of time here. Policies, great. Disasters, oh no. Overview, low rent housing. Yeah, this is great. We're getting a whole bunch of important tools that we can use. Public transport lane. I wonder, why did they not call that a bus lane? What other public transit would be running on these roads? I'm curious. Taxis, parks. Oh, wonderful. Tons and tons and tons of parks. Some interesting, looks like special buildings, and then taxi minute fare. Really complex. I love it. I love it. I do feel like this is not the same game. That's kind of what you want in a new game. And that's, that's what other content creators have said, that I've heard them say. And so, yeah, this is not Cities Skylines 1. It's definitely its own game. And I'm looking forward to exploring it, because so far this has been a lot of fun. Yeah, it's been a lot of frustration as well, figuring out how to use my tools, how to do things, but I'm really having a good time, so I'm definitely looking forward to going forward on this. All right, we have our beautiful high school. And I know I probably shouldn't have put the road in the back there, because there are expansions that go with this. What can we upgrade here? Let's see. Wings. This goes inside. School library, okay, on the side. And we're looking at sports field. Yeah, so we might have to... I wonder why this won't turn. Can't turn it, okay. So we might have to just ditch this one if we want to add that. What will this actually do? More attractiveness, more recreation, more upkeep. Okay, great. I don't think we'll mess with that yet. What does our demand say? We need medium and high density. Oh, we did just get high density, didn't we? Let's take a look at that. Large apartment buildings. Cool. So, I'm thinking that probably makes sense to put that in the city center. I guess you could call this our city center, although this is really low density. We're going to change that, obviously. But let's put a few in. It's not looking for a lot, but I wouldn't mind putting a few buildings here. I don't really want to wipe out the commercial, but I think we can wipe out some of this residential. All right, so I've rezoned these apartment buildings. Very highly unlikely that they would demolish those in order to make taller ones, but playing the game here. So they're disappearing but slowly, so let's just help them out here. All right, now we're getting some real full-size buildings in here. 45 Rosewood Street, 72 residents coming in. And oh yeah, we get a nice breakdown when we hover over the number of residents. 160 residents. That's impressive, since the building's not even out of the foundation yet. A lot of people running around from me demolishing their homes. Sorry friends. Let's see how those buildings look, and what other demand do we need here? Medium density. Let's see where else we can put some in. All right, so we've built the foundation of a new community, and more importantly, I've had a chance to play with this game, and I've had a chance to sort of stumble my way through some of the tools and have you along for the ride. So I hope you enjoyed this first look. This was, Not me having come into this practice with this. It was literally the first time I played with City Skylines 2, or even saw it on my own computer. And you know, I'm actually finding it pretty intuitive. It's very much like the original. It's definitely not the original. There are some very important differences, but so far so good. I'm enjoying it, and you know, I'm sure I've only scratched the surface. This game has some depth. You can feel it. You can feel that there's a lot of data that it gives you about your citizens and your industries and your economy, and I love that because I love being able to micromanage things. I'm a micromanager after all, and it feels good. It feels good to have this day to just play around with it. And I'm going to go right now and edit this video and get it out, hopefully by the end of today. And yeah, I hope you enjoy it. If you did enjoy it, if you had fun playing with me, hit the like button and subscribe